It's 11:43 p.m. The world is quiet, almost sacred in its stillness. A few lights glow in distant windows, blinking like scattered reminders of lives still awake, still working, still hoping. You sit in bed, your phone glowing in your hand, scrolling through moments of other people's lives, vacations, workouts, goals achieved, and lives that seem so much more put together than your own. Suddenly, a thought hits you. Where did today go? You replay the hours, the snoozed alarm, the rushed breakfast, the hours lost in distractions, the list of things you said you'd do, still unchecked. And just like that, the weight of another wasted day settles on your chest. Hello everybody, and welcome. Today I want to talk about something that many of us feel deep in our bones, but rarely give voice to. It's the quiet sense of urgency that comes from knowing that time is slipping through our fingers, moment by moment, hour by hour. This isn't about panic, this is about power. Because the truth is, you have 24 hours, I have 24 hours. Every person on this planet is handed the same gift every single day. What we do with it, that's what separates regret from growth, chaos from clarity, potential from purpose. Let's talk about how to use those 24 hours wisely.
We've all heard it. We've probably all said it. You have the same 24 hours as Beyoncé. It's catchy. It's meant to be motivational. But let's be real. It's not entirely true. Yes, technically, every person on Earth gets 24 hours in a day. But how we experience those hours is anything but equal. Let's talk about it. If you wake up in a safe home, have food ready to eat, a quiet space to work or create, and a car to take you where you need to go, you are already playing the game on an easier level than millions of others. Now imagine someone who wakes up at 4:30 a.m., not to meditate or journal, but to catch 2 crowded buses just to get to a job that barely pays enough to survive. They don't have time to read self-help books, join a gym, or build a side hustle. Not because they don't care, but because they're exhausted, because their energy is spent just trying to stay afloat. This is the uncomfortable truth that gets ignored in a lot of personal development talk. Time is not just about hours, it's about access. It's about privilege. When you're struggling to make ends meet, your 24 hours aren't the same as someone who can afford a personal chef, a driver, or even just a few hours of childcare. So no, we don't all have the same 24 hours. And pretending we do erases the lived reality of millions of people who are doing the absolute best they can within the limits of survival. But here's the flip side of that truth. What is equal, at least in theory, is our ability to choose how we approach the hours we do have control over. Even if you only have 30 minutes to yourself each day, that time still matters. That time is still sacred, and how you use it can still move you forward. This is not about toxic productivity. It's not about shaming anyone for not doing enough. It's about redefining enough based on where you are, with compassion and honesty. Some people have to work twice as hard to get half as far. That's a fact. And that's why the narrative of just hustle harder falls flat for so many. Because success isn't just about effort, it's also about opportunity. About time not spent waiting in transit, or working 2 jobs, or fighting to be seen. So when we talk about using your 24 hours wisely, we're not saying you need to build an empire overnight. We're saying start from where you are. Use what you can control. Because while you may not have the same resources as someone else, you still have something powerful: agency. Even the smallest pockets of time, when used with intention, can become seeds of transformation. Whether it's 10 minutes to breathe, 15 minutes to write, or 30 minutes to rest deeply, that time is not wasted. That time is a statement. I am not giving up on myself, even in the chaos. So yes, the myth of equal 24 hours needs to be broken. But what's true and what's hopeful is this. You don't need perfect circumstances to build a better life. You just need to be awake to the power of even the imperfect hours. You may not have control over everything, but you can choose to honor your time instead of letting it disappear unnoticed. That's where the shift begins. Imagine if time was money and every hour you spend was a withdrawal from your account.
Would you still waste 3 hours arguing online with strangers? Would you still give away your mornings to self-doubt and your evenings to meaningless noise? Every minute is an investment. You don't have to fill every second with productivity. But you do need to know why you're doing what you're doing. Time isn't just passing, it's shaping you. It's building, or breaking, the person you are becoming. Here's a secret. You don't need a radical overhaul. You don't need a 5 a.m. wake-up or a 12-step plan. You just need better micro-choices. Choosing to put your phone down. Choosing to start, even if it's messy. Choosing a walk over another excuse. Choosing to say no to what drains you and yes to what builds you. One choice at a time. 1 hour at a time. That's how lives change. You don't have to climb the whole mountain today. You just have to take the next right step. Let me be real with you. I used to waste entire days. I'd wake up late, scroll through other people's lives, and talk myself out of everything I said I wanted. I'd say things like, "I'll start Monday," or "I just need to feel more motivated." But nothing changed because I didn't. What shifted everything was one brutally honest realization. No one is coming to rescue my time but me. That's when I started tracking how I spent my hours, not to judge myself, but to wake up, to take ownership. I started small. I created morning rituals that didn't feel like punishment, but like promises to myself. I scheduled time for the things that really mattered: learning, moving, creating, resting with purpose. And slowly, I started becoming the person I kept imagining in my mind. Not perfect, but present. Not always productive, but always intentional. You wouldn't let a stranger rob your house, but every day we let other people steal our time. We say yes to things we don't care about. We give energy to people who don't respect us. You have to protect your hours like they are sacred, because they are. Start saying no unapologetically. Block time for yourself like you would for a meeting with someone important, because you are someone important. Put limits on what you consume. What goes in shapes what comes out. Time is not renewable. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Sometimes we use time to run away. We avoid silence because it's uncomfortable. We fill every space with noise because sitting with ourselves is hard. But real growth happens in the stillness. Use your hours to build. Build your body, build your mind, build your resilience. Build relationships that matter. Build the kind of life that doesn't need a vacation to feel worth living. The goal isn't to be busy, it's to be intentional. The goal isn't to do more, it's to do what matters. Let me say something important here. Not every unproductive moment is wasted. Rest is not a waste. Reflection is not a waste. Grief, healing, wandering, all part of the journey. Wasted time is time spent living someone else's dream. It's living on autopilot. It's choosing numbness over meaning. So don't beat yourself up for the past. Use it, learn from it. Decide right now, I will do better with what I have today. You don't need a new year. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need one decision: to start using your 24 hours with purpose. Each morning, the universe hands you a blank slate. What will you do with it? You can spend it building your dream or watching someone else build theirs. You can spend it complaining or creating. You can spend it living in fear or choosing growth. You get to decide. You have 24 hours. No one gets more, and no one gets them back. Use them like your future depends on it, because it does. Use them with intention, with courage, with love, not just for what you can do, but for who you're becoming. Thank you for being here with me today. And if this message stirred something in you, if it reminded you of your power, your agency, your responsibility, then take a moment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, not just for more content, but as a promise to yourself that you're done wasting days, that you're ready to show up for your life, and that starting right now, you're going to use your 24 hours wisely. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, stay intentional, stay awake, stay you.